Hello, good morning. This is the 7 a.m. news cover TV. I'm Rahma Intan. The first news is about industrialization in Indonesia. Through this program, the Ministry of Industry will produce super industrial human resources in the midst of a pandemic. COVID-19 pandemic does not only threaten health but also has an impact on the national economy. Cause economic growth to slow down so that the absorption of labor is reduced and unemployment increases. Bapenas estimate that the open unemployment rate (CPT) in 2020 will reach 8.1 to 9.2%. And the unemployment rate is estimated to increase by 4 to 5.5 million people. At the end of August, the Purchasing Manager Index (PMI) for Indonesian manufacturing was at the level 50.8. This PMI value is the highest level since May. Meanwhile, the industrial sector export-import performance in January to July 2020, the industrial sector contributed 79.94% to total national export of $90.11 billion. Indonesia's total import for the January to July 2020 period were recorded at $81.37 billion. Inputs raw material, capital goods, and consumer goods. This positive achievement must be maintained and improved, one of which is through human resources. The Minister of Industry explained that the era of the 4.0 industrial revolution that we have experienced open opportunities for human resources to have expertise according to technological development. In connection with that, the Ministry of Industrial Human Resources Development Agency held a 3-in-1 training, competency certification training and job placement, to reduce unemployment and improve the competence of human resources to be ready to compete. Through this training, participants are not only given technical competence but also character education. Head of the Industrial Human Resources Development Agency (BPSDMI) of the Ministry of Industry, Eko S.I. Cahyanto, conveyed that the 3-in-1 training was attended by 1,475 people. In carrying out this training, industrial companies or industrial partners have an operational permit of industrial activity model IOMKI. In accordance with that circular letter of the Minister of Industry No. 7 of 2020 and other stipulated requirements in addition to having a license and requirements for the implementation of education and training. They are also required to apply health protocol both in the implementation and outside of the training. The second news is still about industrialization. The chemical, pharmaceutical, and textile industry are encouraged to transform into Industry 4.0. The Ministry of Industry is encouraging the consumer manufacturing sector to immediately transform into Industry 4.0 because this effort provides great benefit for the company and the ability to adapt to new habits due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The assessment of the Indonesian Industry 4.0 Readiness Index (INDI 4.0) aims to measure the readiness of companies to transform toward Industry 4.0, especially the IKFT sector. This activity also explains about the implementation of Industry 4.0 in the IKFT sector that has been developing with various application systems respectively. On the first day, its success in involving 156 participants from the textile and metal mining industry sector. According to the work targets submitted by the Ministry of Industry based on the RPGM and 2020-2024. One of the target is the number of companies in the IKFT sector with an INDI 4.0 score of more than 3 can reach 11 companies in 2020 and 21 companies on 2024. In INDI 4.0, a score of 1 to 2 shows initial readiness, then a score of 2 to 3 is moderate readiness, and a score of 4 is those who have implementation Industry 4.0. The pharmaceutical and medical device industry are included in additional sector in making Indonesian Industry 4.0 because both sectors have high demand to meet market needs. In addition, the IKFT sector has provided a significant contribution to national economic growth. For example, the export performance whose value exceeded $14.59 billion. During the second quarter of 2020, realized investment in the IKFT sector reached 32.29 trillion Indonesian dollar rate. In the quarter of domestic capital by PMDN, around 12.33 trillion Indonesian dollar rate. This investment provides a broad multiplier effect for the national economy, such as increasing the number of workers in the IKFT sector. The absorption of labor is reached 6.96 million people from a total of 18.46 million people. In addition to the INDA 4.0 assessment, the Ministry of Industry will also carry on other strategic programs in 2020, including 4.0 transformation assistance, implementation of the 4.0 transformation project, launching of the 4.0 industrial ecosystem, and holding Industrial 4.0 conference and exhibition. Well, viewers, that's all for Scuba News this morning. I'm Rahma Intan, and goodbye.